Part 4. It's like a soap opera. Hyper Potato? No. Not a Stallone sketchathon this morning. Or, yeah, I guess it is still morning. Seems like it's my afternoon. Late afternoon. Drinking some water here real quick. Okay. What was that? Okay. AT&T just let me know they charged my credit card for my bill. So, yo, Ron, what's up? All right. We have an old style Hulk. Well, Nate said old style, so for me that goes back to Kirby. I think for most people it would too. Let's get this big cranial mass. Yes. And get some jaw on him. Kind of a blockhead. Go over here. All right. No one never answered back. But that's Hyper Potato. I thought it was Noah the Hyper Potato. Curious. I think you're the only one watching or listening right now, Ron. I think everybody else... We're the only ones awake in the state of Florida. Wouldn't that be funny? Well, there's got to be people up elsewhere, I suppose. I'm sure the road does. The long and winding road. I am not going to sing those lyrics, sir. That may give me a copyright strike. I've never been warned. I don't want one. And I definitely don't need the 90-day chill time that would come with a true one. Or the second one, I think. I think the first one, they don't do anything. I believe it's your second time. Second time, you can't live stream for 90 days. You can upload videos though. Let's see. Looking through Hulk reference. The king size annual Hulk. A little too much bushy hair. How about, yes. Yep. We have a guest. Mr. Drew Moss is coming in. Good morning, Drew.
Hey, what's up, John? I'm actually on my phone because my webcam died this weekend. When I was doing the French online Comic-Con,
When
I ran it to death.
When was that? Was that yesterday?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I would have liked to have seen. You didn't put anything on Facebook, did you?
No, it's just shared in the group. Like as in I was live streaming to the group.
Oh, okay.
Not to
like the public.
No. I guess you could do that, but I just felt like I was invited to. I don't know. I felt like it was like a con. If you're there, you're there. You're not, you're not. So yeah, I just streamed to the group itself. Let me see. I have to actually message them because I thought I had a bunch of custom forms for to mail because I finished 7 commissions.
Wow.
And I have 3 I have to color. These 3. So I'll have 10 total. Because I said I do 10 in the weekend.
Right.
But what I forgot that they're 6 hours ahead. So when I get on at like 10, it's actually 4 o'clock.
Right.
For them. So by 3 in the afternoon, like most of the people are gone. Like they're not in the group. Whether they're they have work or they're out because, or I don't know. It's because it's evening.
Yep.
Because I tried doing video late Friday night around 8 o'clock our time. Yeah, they're all asleep. I had one person watching. So it kind of limits the time you can do it live for if you're in the U.S. unless you wake up at 4 a.m.
Like me?
Yeah, I can't do that. I do it sometimes if I go to sleep early. Early meaning if I go to sleep at like 10, I wake up at like 2:30 in the morning.
I've been down here since I woke up just before you signed off at like, and I can remember it was like 3:13. You posted your last one and said good night.
Yeah, usually I give a good night right before I go to sleep.
Yep. And I was like, well, I'm awake and I was showered and I was heading down here. And so I already did one live stream this morning.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to finish up a couple of pieces here that are left over from Friday. So, because I'm not fast like you, Drew.
Oh, a lot of people aren't.
I was not given the gift of speed.
A lot of I've thought that like a lot of people tell me that I'm like really fast, and even though I've been trying to slow down, it's not slow enough. Um, but and I've fought that fact, like as in I don't know, it's a compliment, but I want to be like everybody's this fast. But after a time, you finally just go, you know what? I guess I'm pretty fast.
You're fast.
I guess I mean I've seen people who are faster, but I go at a good clip. I will say that.
I've tried all sorts of stuff to speed up, but I haven't found the secret yet. So I just realized it is what it is.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
That's fine, man. Just whenever you're.
I just needed. I'm just posting to tell, and it makes sense that I had wait anyway because, I still have these 3 to do. I don't want to go to the post. We'll have my son go to the post office, mail 7 to France because that's gonna suck just for the post guy. One's to Belgium and one's to Spain, and then the 5 to France. 6, 7 to France. Like one guy, him and his friend are going together. So, where is it? I just want to see where the camera is because I don't know because this is
you move right there. That's perfect.
So I have to get customs forms.
Right.
And I'm just gonna wait till these 3 are done. So the limit, because I'm not trying to have my son go to the post office, so he doesn't have to.
I don't blame you.
Because I can't do anything, so he has to do it for me. He barely knows what to do. So, like I said, I'd rather him just go. He has to go today, whenever he wakes up, to go get me the customs forms, which is going to be weird because they don't keep them out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you have to ask for them.
And when you ask for that many, they
yeah, it's going to be weird. Because I asked for 4 once, and they thought that was weird. I'm going to need like 20. Because I have, I think, 17 people on the wait list.
right.
Or maybe it's just 13, something. It's a lot. But I told him, like, because I have this comic gig to do. It's the book, actually. It's not for a comic company. Well, it is a comic company. They do comics, too. But I guess this anthology is being sold in the book market. So I have to I'm waiting for approvals on thumbs. But once that starts, I won't be able to do any commissions, really. At least until May 1st.
And at least until 3:30 today.
Yeah, well, I probably still do them when I eat lunch and stuff. Take an hour right before I go to sleep. It just helps me wind down.
Well, you definitely have that gift. I'm trying to think if I've ever known anyone as fast as you. I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, and at the same quality level, you know, I mean, anybody can be fast and just, you know, not have the finish that your work does. Dare I say, I could probably I could even be fast if I didn't want to put a certain amount of, you know, finish to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to slow down. Just because when I do slow down, I notice like I catch a lot of odds and end mistakes that I feel are mistakes or things I've missed. Yeah, I just woke up, John. I'm a little.
That's all right.
Have you read this? Have you read this?
No, I haven't.
It is.
Oh, wait a minute. Who drew that?
Olivier Cobiel.
I am not familiar with his work, and I was just talking to Ron the other day.
It is amazing.
Because he was at MegaCon last year, and Ron was going to try to get, I believe, a Thor commission.
Yeah, that's one of the things he's known for. Like, look at that. That is ridiculous.
Is he digital?
No.
What book is that?
Does everything traditionally. His claim to fame is probably Thor.
So he did a long run on Thor, or
yeah, a long run, and it was acclaimed. Like it did very well. He also drew like Siege, that limited series. House of M. He did that. I think he got his start on Legion of Superheroes, though.
Really? I'm really not familiar, you know, with. I'm gonna have to put his name in Comixology and see what I come up with.
Yeah, he's amazing. I've been looking at his line work for a couple weeks now. I probably borrowed.
Yeah, Drew, let me interrupt. Let me interrupt you. Right, you just need to look at my line work.
Oh, I can't even see the camera. My phone is mounted on the. I'm gonna see if I can find the feed though.
You just need to look at the John Beatty line work from the mid '80 period, from like.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I should. Wait. Oh, is this Jared gonna join?
I'm not sure. I sent him an invite, but we'll see. And hello, ALD Collects. He says hi, Drew.
Hello. Let me see. I'm trying to join it via Periscope, so I can at least see what you're drawing.
Oh, you can't see.
Because my phone is mounted, so I have to like look. I have to.
What about your desktop?
That's what I have it on now. I just pulled it up. I muted it though, so I don't get that echo. Okay. Whew. I'm like I said, I just woke up.
No, I believe it.
I didn't go to sleep till like 4 a.m. So I just gave my youngest breakfast too. I thought he had class today, but it's tomorrow.
You mean online class, right?
Yeah. Online class.
Yeah, they finally made the official statement in the paper yesterday that the Volusia County, where I live, that the schools will end the school year doing online.
Yeah, they just did that.
Yeah. They were still, I guess, thinking that they could open schools again. I'm thinking, really?
Well, did your governor open some of the beaches?
Yeah, it was crazy. They had them closed for one day, and then people complained, and they opened them.
That's insanity.
It's crazy.
Then why even close them? Hell, just you know what? They should just let everybody get sick.
Well,
let's do what England was gonna do, and just let everybody get sick.
that almost appears to be what they're doing, and what they ought to say is, okay, you're at the beach. If you get this virus, you're on your own. Sign a waiver. I mean, the beach is probably not the worst place you could be.
No, but
you never know.
You never, no one really knows. I mean, nothing like this has ever happened in our generation.
Right.
Yeah, it's never happened in our generation. So, not, and even to this scale, because when it did happen in the early 1900s, there weren't 7 billion people in the world.
Right.
I remember in the 90s, there was only 2.2 billion people in the world. Because when I was in high school, you study that stuff, population and all that. And there was 2.2 billion in the world, and now there's 7.
Uh-oh. Who's that? And it's the kidney lady. Let me put it on mute.
Okay. Oh. Excuse me. There it is.
And I'm back. Hello, Hyper. Hello, AG.
Yeah, I can't see any comments or anything.
Drew, you just tell stories. You're good at that, and we'll have fun.
No.
And we'll learn about what else you're missing.
I can tell I'm not used to doing cons anymore.
Yeah, right?
This weekend took a lot out of me. It's different. I could do 7 commissions in a weekend easy, but doing 7 commissions, as in penciling 3, then inking the 3, then coloring the 3 at one go. It's because usually I ink one and I take a 10-minute break, and then I might color it, or I might ink a different one and then take a little break, and I spread that out during the day. But doing it at a show, you just go, and you just don't stop for 10 hours.
Right.
And I just, man, I am I'm a little tired. Like it felt like a real con, um, as in work wise. Like I mean, of course I could stop and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get something to drink or use the
Right.
restroom. I'll be back in 5 minutes." But the commitment to stay there, um, for until completion, um, of pieces is still there. That pressure. And I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I don't mind drawing in front of people. I've done it for years and years. Uh, but there still is, um, a level of dread and anxiety when you're doing it, whether you're comfortable or not. If the person who commissioned it is going to sit the whole time and watch you, there's always like a little bit of, um, I don't want to. I guess anxiety is it, but like I still had that because I'd see like 15 people watching, and I'm like, oh, uh,
Well, I did 7.5 hour stream Friday.
oh my goodness.
I did first one was 4 hours, and the other one was 3.5. And Ron was on with me. I'm still finishing these little head sketches I took that night.
Yeah, it's I notice a lot more people doing commissions all of it. Not all of a sudden, but it's been getting progressively more frequent, even with people from like the big two camps.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
uh, I think it's finally starting to settle in. Like, hey, we can get
there's
paid
no
something.
conventions going to happen this year.
uh, so it is. It's neat. I enjoyed that little. It felt like a convention, but I still got to talk to my wife and kids. And I
Right.
um, on Saturday, since it ended early for me because I'm not in France. Uh, I went out to no, didn't go out to dinner, but went to go pick up dinner. Well, and just kind of I went to a friend's house and stood in his yard because you can't.
Right.
We're still practicing the social distancing, so we just stood like 10, 15 feet apart and just talked because we hadn't seen each other in over a month. Because I was dropping some cigars off for him. Um, Not that he was running low. It was really an excuse just to see him.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah. No. You know, it's like I thought the other day, or maybe over the weekend. And I was like, wow, it's been a while, and I can't remember when, but just that I could go like sit down in a restaurant and eat a meal. it's
It
like,
has. I
it's like,
don't remember. I Yeah, I haven't left my house in over 40 days.
yeah, it's
Um,
like little things that you take for granted now are suddenly, they can work on you.
you know, and I had a little bit of a meltdown since I haven't even. I've only thing I've seen is my neighborhood. Um, I was trying to go to the post office or the mailbox to drop off some like packets because my son's been doing it,
Uh-huh.
but I wanted to do it, and my wife was like, "No, let him do it. Don't risk it." And I was like, "Look, I feel like I'm in prison. You got to let me like do this. If I can put gloves on, whatever, but I gotta get out of this house. Uh, I can't take it anymore. um, Seeing the same houses every day just is not going to work. So yeah, I drove around a bit just to just to see something new.
Well, see, that should
Which
be
isn't
fine.
new.
Just taking a drive, right? I mean,
Yeah. And it never occurred to me to do that before. I just bury myself in work because that's just what I do.
man, my air conditioner's in. We're having there's my sister was calling me to tell me we're actually having tornado warnings.
Do you guys get tornadoes?
We have
Generally?
lately, not normally. We usually get hurricanes.
Yeah, I didn't think you guys were tornado people.
But within the past 5 or 6 years, we've been known to get tornadoes.
No, I mean we've had a few. I had a tornado hit my neighborhood once, 6 years ago. It was pretty bad. There was a water spout.
Yeah.
That came onto land. It happened to come onto land right at my neighborhood, and it destroyed everything. And it was crazy. It was like our whole neighborhood was destroyed, but if you went 2 blocks over, everything was fine.
I know, it's wild, isn't
so
it?
It was like we had our own natural disaster, huh?
It's just
What'd you
crazy.
say? It is. They had FEMA and National Guard and police posted at our neighborhood. They were checking IDs because you couldn't come into our neighborhood unless you lived here, because there was people trying to loot. Because there were houses ripped up and
Right.
And then windows smashed, and so there were people on their porches with shotguns and rifles and stuff. It was crazy. It was. Apparently it jumped over our house. I remember I was cooking dinner, and I remember getting the warning, hey, on the phone, on your iPhone.
Yeah.
That, and it says usually it's a silver alert, or not a silver, amber alert, or a silver alert.
Right.
But it said tornado warning, and I was like, oh, that's neat. I've never seen that. So I went to look outside out of my back door, because that's where my kitchen, there's a door right out there. And I open the door and I go to look, and the rain is going up.
Yeah.
Not left or right, not up. Because and the leaves, everything, the tree, the limbs are pulling straight up. And I'm like, that's weird.
What is this?
To register what was happening. Yeah, what is going on? And then that noise that, it sounded like a train coming.
Yep.
And then I screamed to my wife that a tornado's outside, and she ran upstairs and grabbed the kids. And then I got them all. We all huddled in the center of the house, and then it sounded like a freight train. It really did. And that is no lie. It sounds like a jet engine in your house. And luckily, our neighbor, who was insane, sat outside the whole time. And he goes, hey, did you see that tornado? I did get to see part of it. Because when that rain was shooting up, you could see the sky swirling. I couldn't see the actual funnel, but I saw the sky swirling. So I was like, no. He's like, well, it came into your backyard, and then it went back up in the sky. Then it landed in the street in front of your house, and then it went through the neighborhood next door and just decimated it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and my neighbor across the street, she had a boat in her backyard, and she doesn't own a boat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There was a boat back there. I was like, oh my God, why do you have a boat in your yard?
we kind of get that with the, even with the hurricanes, stuff can get, blown and lifted up.
Yeah, hurricanes are horrible.
The great thing about that, not the great thing, but the thing about hurricanes is you got a lot of warning. You know.
Yeah, you know when it's coming. The cool thing is that water spout that hit my neighborhood is all over. You can search it on YouTube. Um, because since it was a water spout, it was traveling across the water, and everybody on the bridges and stuff took pictures of it and video. So whenever I forget when it happened, I just search Norfolk water spout on YouTube, and I see it. Like, oh yeah, that's when it was on water and heading towards my street. Uh, oh, that's huge. I think it was 2000. What is 14 or 13? Maybe even 2012. My son was baby, my youngest, so it must have been 2011 or 12.
So my wife was having a really bad headache. She just texted me.
Tornadoes here, man.
If Ron's listening, my wife
cut out on.
Yeah, I was just going to relay this to Ron. My wife was having really bad headaches, and she has. And, well, she said that she woke up with no headache this morning. Ron had got her a prescription, and that one didn't do very well. And then he prescribed something else, and it still didn't seem to work. But maybe it just needed a little more time. I don't know.
Yeah, my wife's on she's on her third migraine medication. She's got two of them. One's for if it's happening.
Right.
One's for if she's feeling it happening, and she takes it. It's like a precaution. Like she takes it when she's feeling it.
Yeah.
And it generally stops it from happening. But she has one if it's like full blown happening that she takes as well.
I think that's kind of like one of the ones that that Ron had for my wife. One of them was like a pretty potent dose of something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it sounds like she.
I think one was called Invocana. Huh?
I said it sounds like she's having a pretty good morning. I know her last few days and actually weeks have not been pleasant. So
Yeah, migraines are insane. Like I've only had 2 or 3 in my life, and my wife has them all the time, and they are like one of the most painful things I've experienced, and I've experienced a lot of pain. But man,
you know what I've had.
Something else.
You know what I've had is those what they call the ocular migraine, where it's a light thing.
Yeah.
And like if I'm just out driving, say I'm, I may be taking a break to go get lunch or go buy some groceries. And I was telling Ron this too. It's like if the sun reflects off someone's windshield or mirror or something and hits one of my eyes just at the right angle, I start seeing those flashes and I feel like I'm going to throw up, and I know what's coming because I feel it has to hit me just perfect. And sometimes
I have a friend who his name is Robert. He has that same thing.
Sometimes
smells will trigger it.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get it too. I'll, like if I've been at the computer for a while, maybe doing some design work or something, I start to feel, or I start seeing weird, and I know what's coming, and I have to get away from it. I got to try to rush home, get in the room, quiet, dark, get under the covers, and hope it doesn't like go full blown. Because if it does, it usually lasts for like 3 days, and I'm just like, they are not fun. Ron says sumatriptan. Is that one of them, maybe, Drew?
Yes, my wife takes that.
Okay.
That and Invocata.
Well, he has Imitrex.
Imitrex, we have that too. Yeah, the first one you said is the one she keeps if it gets bad, I believe. That was the last one. Remember when she was going into the emergency room for all that, and they also changed blood pressure medication. But the last one was the one they prescribed.
Okay.
During that period, she was getting those like cluster headaches.
Right. Yep.
I wish I could see the comments, but I can't. Well, here, let me see if I can join it without video. Just add me to the stream, because then I can see everything and I can actually see comments. Like I can enter without my.
Oh, I see. Device is not connected.
Just don't add me.
I'm going to kick that one from the studio. Do you want me to kick the one from the studio, Drew? Yeah, I had to get rid of the one because I was getting echo.
Okay.
Can you go to the YouTube and?
Oh, YouTube is where it's at.
Hey, Splash Page Comics. Yeah, you can go to YouTube. You just won't be able to see the Periscope comments, but it looks like everyone's pretty much doing YouTube.
Yeah, that's what there's nobody commenting on the Periscope. Ah, there we go. You're live. Yay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me, while I'm thinking of that.
Let me close this. I will say the French are very gracious. They were super nice. I guess everybody's super nice in general. That's not true.
So was this was like a private convention?
It was like I guess you had to be invited because I guess because of time zones and stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't running it. There were like 200, maybe 300 people.
Yeah.
They had some really good. There's only like a couple Americans. I didn't know that either. Somebody told me. They were like, "Why?" They actually asked, like, "Why are you here? You're one of the few like Americans here." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "There's only like 3 of you, 2 or 3 of you." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know why." Because I was asked. And I've never done like a show like that, online show. It was fun. Like I would do it again for sure.
Oh wow! I just heard a big boom of thunder outside. I mean, it's serious. But at least I think that's what it was.
Is there? It must be a big storm because it's raining right now, but our forecast for the next few days, like it's supposed to rain for the next 3 or 4 days. Must be a. It may not be a powerful storm. Must be big.
I did see that
Oh,
that weather thing where there was some storm coming in from the ocean
yeah.
across. It was moving east to west, but it chopped Florida off around the Jacksonville area, which is about hour and a half drive away from me. So it's a fairly good distance.
Huh. I don't know. Just know. I always hate when people say this, but they're like, "Ah, rain. Well, we need it. I'm glad raining. We need it. Do we? Sure.
I don't
Either
like
way.
I don't like rain or snow.
Uh,
Those are the elements I can do without. Just give me
I don't
heat.
mind. I like rain if it's fall straight down rain. Like I like listening to it. If it not the sideways rain. I hate sideways because that's usually cold.
Can you hear me,
Uh,
Drew?
but I can hear you now.
Okay, I was just gonna.
You're cutting in and out.
All right, I was just. Do you see the comments by Splash Page Comics? They're asking about.
Hey, hold on. With the con shut down.
I'm holding up barely.
Oh, you're all able.
I put too much. I
Get
put.
ahead.
Well, I personally over the last, especially 2 years, and probably reaching to 4, I put too much stock into just doing conventions. And in the last 2 years, I think I've told you before and other people that at the end of the year, it was like, well, okay, it was, but I didn't really have any work to show. I don't consider convention sketches like, I mean, they're decent, but it's not like, hey, look at this, I'm just going to ask my wife if
Yeah, convention sketches are also not like best represented sometimes at work. Just because of the time limit you have.
right. Yeah, it's always.
It is an income though.
Yes.
You don't realize how much you miss until it's gone. I mean, I only do like 6 conventions a year, so it's not like. But this year I was doing good with the comics, so I was like, I'm gonna do even less this year. It'll be good thing I chose to do that because looks like it chose for me, like
Right.
life. I'm pretty sure Heroes is going to be canceled this week.
Yeah. I know.
Considering
San Diego.
They canceled San Diego.
Yep, that's what I just said. That's kind of gonna put a pressure on a lot of shows.
Yeah, San Diego's in July, right?
Yeah.
So anything before July is kind of suspect at this point, because they did that. That kind of sets a precedent. I feel.
I said the same thing. I can't remember if it was on a stream, but Friday night, this list that I'm on, you might be on it too. That comic art list. Somebody kind of broke the news. Well, someone broke the news that it would be canceled because their friend's a retailer and they got their money refunded and said the show was canceled. Not rescheduled, canceled.
Oh, San Diego?
Yeah. So even the rescheduling for me is, I mean, I know people are still trying to schedule towards the end of the year, but I truthfully don't know if people are going to be ready to go out and get into a crowd, and also have any expendable cash.
Income.
Yeah,
Yeah, you are breaking up bad, dude. I don't know if it's me or you.
it could be me because I got a bad storm over me. I hear you fine.
Oh yeah, it's I'm lucky. All my fiber, the internet fiber, the fiber optics for the internet is underground here. So we never get we really never get interruptions
Man,
unless
that's
it's at
nice.
the see, I was an IT guy. There is a hub that takes care of all the internet for certain areas. Every area has a hub, um, a station, if you will. But that we'll never get a connection break at our house
Right.
because it's underground.
I had that. I had the fiber, and I went to a satellite. I think is what I have now, the dish, and it helped my phone bill, my cell phone bill, and it gave me unlimited data with it. So I kind of play the
Yeah,
game of when
most
it.
fiber is most networks are fiber optic. They a lot of places hung them on where the telephone line is
Yeah.
because in order to do it underground, you got to get permission from homeowners to dig in their yard
Right.
because they have to. They have to unless you have like an empty field across from your house or something. But most people don't in housing areas, uh, in cities. So you just give them permission, and like they did, they dug up my and put two in my yard. Uh, but they dig it up. But they also replant grass and stuff. And if you're not happy, they'll actually compensate you monetarily to fix it. Like they won't fix it to a point. And if you're still not happy with that, you can contact Verizon and be like, "Hey, you jerks messed up my yard," and then they will cut you a check and get it fixed.
You jerks ruined my $25,000 plants.
$25,000 what?
Plants.
Oh
Plant.
yeah.
You know, my landscaping. Of course, then they'd want to see the bill, and
Yeah.
you'd say like, "Well, I did it myself, and my time is worth something."
Well, yeah. My I just told them I didn't care. Uh, less grass to cut for me, but no, it all grew back fine. But I did feel like my neighbor was like, "No, I'm getting them to cut a check," which I don't think happened because I also think if you're crazy, they go, "Wait a second, let's send somebody out here and see what you're bitching about uh, before we stroke you this $500 check." Um,
And remember, they
yeah, I
can
don't know
always
if you
just
got anything.
they can always just commandeer your property anyway.
They can always what?
Just take your property anyway. The government can.
Oh, like eminent domain type deal.
Yeah. So if the government's
Yeah,
involved with,
they tried. Yeah, eminent domain is a sticky thing, isn't it?
yep. And a lot of people don't know that sometimes the pockets of those companies laying that fiber optics is working with the government.
Yeah. Luckily, yeah, we have a lot of bases here. Um, so yeah, it's not odd if something's government related here. Um, I mean, we have there's so many air. So there's not a there's at least two bases in almost I think every city. We got Army bases, Air Force bases. We got Tradoc and Navy bases. We got the Seventh Fleet here, and I actually can see the Seventh Fleet from my house. Uh, it's across the water. The
Right.
Navy shipyard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Then we have the shipyard, the Northrop Grumman shipyard, where they build like destroyers and aircraft carriers and stuff. That employs a lot of people here.
I would imagine,
If they
yeah.
ever closed the shipyard, people would freak out. There have been times where they've had loss. I believe they rehire though, like once things start, because it's a coveted job here, like getting a shipyard job. Um, for a lot of people want to get that shipyard because the bets are really good and all that frick-a-frack.
Splash Page Comics asks, does Marvel still pay you in copies of books that you do art on along with money?
Oh, like comps?
Yeah.
I get comps.
You probably get more comps if they reprint something of mine. Now, DC used to be real good. Anything I worked on, including reprints, DC used to send me right from the printer 25 copies. Like, now it depends on what it is, if I even see one or two. Marvel will have Midtown Comics usually send me one. Sometimes not.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's all right. You got to get that root canal done. I understand.
There. I love that.
I said it's okay. You got to get that root canal done. I understand. Let's see. Who would I like to ink?
There we go.
I've been pretty lucky. I've inked most. I've inked a lot of people that I enjoyed. So some of these new pencilers, I don't think I would like inking them because there's really nothing there for me to do. It's like they pencil so tight.
They do. It's almost expected.
Well, it's like the editors do expect that now. If you don't, it's like they don't think it's finished pencils.
Yeah. That. I know. I'm doing another sample for Marvel after this book gig because they asked if I had any one. I sent them one, and they gave me another script. But I have to do it when I don't have paying work. And right now I have some paying work. So, but I already laid it out, thumbnailed it. So
is it Vision in the airport?
Huh?
Is it the Vision in an airport?
No.
That used to be the one like back in the 80s. Huh?
Oh no, I think every single one since the early 2000s, the standard ones.
Yeah.
Because before this one, it was a Nova one, and then before that, it was Star-Lord. Before that, there were like 3 different ones, but I don't know what Herman got a certain one. I know that in the 80s.
In the 80s, they used to send out this one with Vision in an airport.
Yeah. Oh, there's one with It's it has the Vision, Spider-Man, and Nova. That's another one. It's Young Avengers, not Young Avengers. Ah, I forget. That before the other one, or no, the Nova one was the one before the Punisher one. They gave me the Punisher one like a year ago, but I didn't have him. I was like, man, I was doing the Vampirella series, and I didn't want to like jeopardize the deadline, so I just I'll get back to you when I have time. Um, not in a bad way. It's just like you gotta have priorities. I mean, Dynamite was paying me,
Right.
Here we go. This one is done.
Wait a minute. I just turned around and you're done.
What?
Actually, yes,
Yeah.
I do know Sam De La Rosa. I've known Sam since probably the late 70s. Not personally, but through snail mail.
Yeah, I have no idea who Sam is. I'll check out his work though. Is he an artist?
Yeah.
I will check his work out.
He did a lot of inking, I think, on Venom related stuff.
Nice. I like Venom. I like drawing Venom.
He can be fun. And then sometimes he can get away from you. You know what I mean? You can take him too far.
Yeah. Some people don't like it when you do that. Like when you go too far with him.
Well, it's just one of those things where you start having, huh?
Huh? I'm sorry, I'm listening.
No, I just said you just start having fun with him, and before you know it, it's like even you're looking at the drawing, going like, "Yeah, I think I kind of, I think I took this one a bit
too far.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear that sort of.
That was just my
Now that's done.
text thing.
Okay, let me sign this one. Okay.
Well, my wife never texts me back, so.
Boom. Batman. The Batman.
I like that.
Huh?
I like that one. I saw that this morning inked. Is that what
Mr. White Glove sent you? Huh?
Mr. White Gloves?
I can barely hear you. I catch it. I feel like you're a drive-through window in the 80s.
Really?
Like I hear every third word.
Okay, so if you can hear me without any skips or missing words like Drew, can you please let me know in the comments?
Here, actually, I can turn you on YouTube. I have it muted.
Okay, Splash Page Comics said, I hear you fine. Ron said, I can hear you both clear.
Must be my phone.
Could be. You're going to blow out another one, Drew.
It'd be my phone. There. Oh, I can't even. I'm not even getting sound. Oh, because it's not playing. Duh.
Okay, splash page comics that I hear you find.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I guess it's my phone. Weird.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll mute my phone. Well, no, then there's a delay, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
They said I'll be answering your questions way late.
It'll be like a comedy show. Well, it's kind of that anyway, isn't it?
I'm going to check my connection.
I will, next time I see Sam, I'll tell him, Mr. White Gloves. I will tell him that I met you on my YouTube stream. Last time I saw him was San Antonio, I think. Oh, let's see. There's Drew again.
Okay, I have like 3 different Wi-Fi networks. So I just dropped out of the one I was in and put myself in the 5G one. See if that helps.
There, that should do it. Hopefully.
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's not doing it anymore. Probably because all the kids are up now streaming and playing games, and my PC is hooked.
That's kind of what I blame my Wi-Fi at home for dropping out so much, is that there's so many people home now that, and what do they got to do? Nothing but YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, playing games online, whatever.
Yeah, I have my PC is hardwired, so I'm straight in the router with my Ethernet. So I never experienced delay on the computer,
Yeah.
I also test my speed like all the time because I'm a stickler for that. That's the IT guy in me.
That's what I was going to say. That's the IT coming in.
Well, yeah, if I'm paying for like elevated speed, you better believe I better get it.
Oh, yeah. Do you just go to
the look, man, I've dropped.
Do you go to the speedtest.net? Is that the one you use to check your speed?
There's a couple places that go. There's Test Your Speed. That one's pretty reliable. But then there's other ones below that also work. I try to do at least 3 to see what it averages out at, or if they're all the same.
Right.
And then if it's low, I'll call and be like, hey, I've dropped this much. And then usually that's it. Sometimes it's a problem. Like, I'll make sure to reboot my router and stuff because that's the first thing. I mean, you're taught that. That's the first thing you do. Hey, did you reboot your router?
I tell them yes,
modem.
even if I never did.
Did you reboot it?
So I don't have to do it. I know they can reboot it remotely too if they want to.
Yeah, they always ask you because
I know.
that fixes like 90% of the problems. But people will lie and say, "Oh yeah, I did." And you look in their records and you're like, "No, you didn't."
That's me then. I tell them I did.
In like 2 years.
I tell them I did. I'm like, yeah, that's the first thing I did because I knew you were going to ask me. And they're like, well, maybe I'm going to do it remotely from here. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you do it. Actually, my wife handles all that. It's over in the corner of my son's bedroom, the router. Hey, what do you think of those extenders, the ones you plug in the wall? And those things worth anything, or are they just junk? Did I lose you, Drew? Thank you, Splash Page Comics. I hope. Oh, we did. We lost Drew. There he is. Thank you, Splash Page Comics. Oh, we lost Drew.
I have to reboot my router.
I was just asking you about the router extenders.
My router.
I was just asking you about the router extenders. If they were any good or not. And Drew is froze. I think I will text him that he's froze. Okay. No need to text him. I think he kicked himself out to come back in. Hopefully that's the case. Well, thank you, Splash Page. I started in the business in 1980, so I am one of those older artists now, I guess. Give me that Bronze Age. Love that stuff. Silver Age to silver, golden, bronze, up to there, and then the rest, I can do without. Most of it, that is. AG hears it fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if Drew's coming back in or not. He might be rebooting. So, as it stands now, you all will be stuck with just me. I really thought maybe the storm was having an effect on my connection because I'm on Wi-Fi here in my office. Oh man, 11:30. Yeah, occasionally I pick up a new book if it looks interesting, and I haven't found anything that I can really keep interest in. Not like when I was younger. But that could just be part of getting older too. I don't know. Well, Drew tweeted, so I don't know if that means he's off or not. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to send him a text and see if he's going to try to get back on. All right. Just asked him if he's going to try. If not, it was cool. Maybe if he's not, when I finish this Hulk, I'll just end it because I only have 2 more. And it's getting late for me because I've been up since like 2:15. Nate, what's up? Hey Nate, I need your mailing address. All right, good deal. Well, I haven't heard back from Drew, so I'm going to assume he's not going to try to get back on. Okay. Hey, Kyle. Yep, this is for Nate. He's in the room. Chris Gardner, man, what's up? Oh, just slinging a little ink this morning. Of course, I've been up, so it's like afternoon to me, truthfully. Been up since about 2:15. Yeah, you too, man. When are we going to see some more of that beautiful Chris Gardner art? I miss it. That lunch could be a long way off, man. Although we had a good time that one day for about, 8 or 9 hours. That was a long lunch, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it. You still got your online portfolio with a lockdown? Anything I can see there? Craig Zablo. Still love. Yeah, I know what you mean, Chris. It's of course I don't have any new work to update. I just have what I do here, and Craig Zablo with the love. Zablo, make the storm go away. Actually, I think it is. I don't hear it anymore. I don't hear the rumbles like I did earlier. That was the door being shut as I just said that. It's moving your way towards the land. John Beatty, Judge Dredd. I did one last year for a guy. He's one of those characters I need to do. I like him. Good choice. All right. Appreciate that, Nate. The Ordster. Is he really here? No. But I know Jerry. I've known Jerry. Wow, since I was about 16 years old. Back when fandom was fandom and snail mail was the only way to communicate. Long, long time. Nate, I haven't got your email yet, I don't think. Oh, that may be on okay, you're on Twitter. I'm monitoring YouTube. So yeah, that probably was Jerry. There it is, Nate. Just came in. All right. Let's see. Oop. Oh, okay. My wife finally got back to me and said, nope, it's not raining at the house. Yeah, I can see when Ron gets an email too, so I can grab it off of there. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and break from streaming. And Nate, I'm going to finish your Tiger Shark offline. I appreciate everyone for turning out. As usual, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's no charge. It's free. I'd appreciate it. Give me some hope. Give the old guy some hope on YouTube. And in the meantime, I will get the rest of this stuff finished and out today. Thank you, Nate. I do appreciate it. So we had a few glitches with Drew. So he's not coming back on. So I am going to, let's see, right before noon, say good afternoon and have a great day. Y'all be safe out there, and I will see you again soon. Everybody take care. Chris, thanks for dropping in, man. Good to hear from you. When we can, we need to get together. You're right. Zablo, Ron, see you later. Maybe talk to you later on. All right, everybody. Have a good one. I'm out for now. Appreciate it. Take care.